K-State, Coach Klyman, love him. Both of us come from small beginnings, and we're here. Phenomenal coach, phenomenal man, phenomenal person, great leader. You understand his accolades, but I just love his demeanor, man, his composure. I love the way he do what he does, and he's been consistently do it for quite some time. Team is strong and ran the heck out of the football last week. They gave up some things defensively, but they're playing a really good team. But these guys, they get after it. They take the understanding and the personality of their coach, and they compete, man. They really compete. They got a quarterback who can get it done. We saw that. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Last year, I think he hit my dance, and that was funny. That was hilarious after he scored. I like when kids do that. That's funny to me. But respectful team, great group of guys, and they're trying to get after it. They definitely have a bowl riding on it, and we're trying to keep them from that. So we're trying to play spoiler this week. But other than that, love him to life, man. I really do, and I love what he's accomplished there. Okay, there we go. Soccer advanced to first Sweet 16, 17 wins, school record. Volleyball 22-7. That's phenomenal as well. They have a game Friday versus BYU. Men's cross country finished 10th and the women's 13th in NCAA championships last Friday. Men's basketball undefeated, heads to California this week. Women's basketball is 5-1, has won 4 straight. Ski team. I love the darn ski team. I'm just thinking about if I had the opportunity to ski, would I be on the ski team? When once upon a time, see a brother on the ski team. I ain't seen that yet, but we're gonna accomplish that here at CU. Ski team is looking strong this season. I'm sorry. CU should also have a solid contingent of current former athletes competing in the Winter Olympics in February, which is awesome. Lastly, club women's rugby. I didn't even know we had a club women's rugby team advanced to the national championship game, and we'll take on Northwestern December the 6th in Houston. Wow, I didn't even know.
I didn't know until yesterday.
For real?
Yep.
What other club teams do we have? I know we have baseball.
There's about 30 or 40 clubs.
We got hockey?
Hockey and soccer.
Yeah?
Lacrosse.
Well, why would you have a club? Because you got a soccer team.
Men's soccer.
Oh, men's. Okay, the men's club. Thank you. You got a pair. Yeah? Okay. I think I've seen the baseball team play. And I think Shiloh was going to play for the baseball team one time. I've stopped. They play down the street, right? I've stopped over there a couple times. And watched. I don't think that was our team playing, but I've stopped and seen a few games over there until they start coming up. You know, I want to get at bat. If you're going to come up and bother me, get me at bat. Let me get a hit. I need a hit right now. All right. Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Nikki Evers, Yahoo Sports. Hope you're doing well, Coach. In this day of college sports, how valuable is it to have a quarterback that's committed to this program?
It's very valuable. Not only a quarterback, to have at least 35 committed to this program. It's not just a quarterback. Quarterback is very prominent because the quarterback will build you or kill you quickly. But you need multiple players, corners, little skill position, linebackers, a couple guys in the middle. You can have one on the edge and you can hide the other one, but offensive line to protect the quarterback as well, a good back, a couple receivers, tight end. Like you need other pieces as well, but the quarterback is definitely the main piece. That's very vital.
Jack, go ahead.
Coach Jack Carlo.
Jack, you early today, baby.
Really? I know. Second question.
Yeah.
So I ask you mentioned playing spoiler against Kansas State.
Yeah.
Just overall, what's your message to this group to finish strong?
Finish strong. Finish strong. You got to finish strong. I mean, it's almost like you got gas in the tank, but you got to have a full tank because you're running out. You're running out in that third or fourth, and you're making some mistakes that we can't recover from, and that's not indicative of who we are, but it seems as though we got to do better. I say that every week, but we got to do better, Jack.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell,
Yes, sir.
camera. A couple questions for you.
Okay.
First off, on Saturday night after the game, Juju kind of left the door open to possibly not playing this week and redshirting.
Yeah.
Has that decision been made? Do you know if he'll play this week?
Yeah, it has. I'll tell you about the conclusion of it. Yeah, it has.
Okay. And then just second question I have for
Okay.
you is, you mentioned K-State's running game, and they ran for a ton of yards on Saturday.
Yeah.
They got you guys pretty good last year as well. What's the challenge of their run game and trying to stop that?
They're physical. They run the ball. Whenever you have a quarterback that's a threat also that pose like that's a threat because the quarterback can run as well. You're going to load the box up. You're going to challenge him to throw the darn football around the yard instead of just running the football. It's demoralizing when people run on you at that clip. Throwing the football, that hits you quick. But if you're going to kill me, man, let me just go ahead and get over with. Don't just bleed me out, But those guys are pretty good. They know what they're doing. They've been successful with running the ball downhill. We got to stop. We know it's not like we don't know what's coming. Sooner or later, you got to just man up and take on the responsibility to stop the run.
John Treach, 9
How you
News.
doing, John?
Good coach. You're a thoughtful guy. Have you found yourself just reflecting more this week, more than most, on the season and the program?
No, I reflect every week. Yeah. You got to understand, man, I don't break glass in case of emergency. I know how to get it right. I'll get it right. We were headed in the right direction, and some things happened, and we took a quick left instead of staying right. But I know how to get it right, and I will. I will. We'll be sitting in here at a point in time last year, and I told you I will. I was. And we got it. Got some key pieces that's there that you can work with, and I'm happy with that. Sometimes you just need to recalibrate, you need to reset, you need to get a redo. It's like kids when they playing video games. When it's not going right, they hit reset. We need to reset right now.
Scott, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how you feeling?
Good.
Scott Proctor at DMVR. Signing day next week, how do you just feel about this 2026 recruiting class so far? And
Well,
maybe what are you still hoping to maybe add via
I'm
high
not-
school or the portal when it opens?
You want 15. You want about 15 to 17 high school kids. Why do you say that, Coach? Well, check the statistics. You get 30, are they going to be here in 2 years? Statistically, check the statistics. So when I talk to you, you understand what I'm saying, and you understand why the method to my madness. Nowadays, if kids aren't playing by that spring of that second go-around, they're out. They jump in the portal. You got to figure out the strategy. What do you want to go? How do you want to get it? The strategy a year ago was the same strategy it was last year, and you hit on your portal guys. You hit on your freshman guys. This year, you hit on your freshmen, to me, some of them, and you missed on your portal. So that's why we're sitting where we're sitting. It's not like you didn't have a strategic plan. Now, you had a strategic plan. You missed. Sometimes it happens. And I'm going to take responsibility. I'm not going to say we missed. I missed. That'll make you feel better about it? Yeah, I know you don't care.
One more follow-up. On your last answer, you was talking about you feel like you have like a group of guys.
Core.
Core. That's
Core,
the word.
offensively.
Got you.
Offensively.
Does it feel like you just kind of have to add around the edges around that core? Or does it feel
Offensively.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the defense. I'm not speaking of the defense right now. I'm talking about offense. You have, bless you. You have several young men, and you always plan for 10 to 15% that you may lose. You make plans for that. It may be a surprise to you guys, but it's not a surprise to us. And sometimes it is what it is. You got to just, roll up your sleeve and say it is what it is. Let's go get it. Let's go find another guy that can fill that void. So we had a come to Jesus meeting pretty much yesterday, and it was good. It was really good. I'm smiling because it was some highlights and some lowlights, some light spirit. It was good.
like a team meeting, you mean?
It was an opportunity for everybody to get it out and flush it, and let's move on. So a lot of stuff came out of that.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Amen.
Hey, Coach. Jake Schwann, DMVR. Just, a lot of talk about leadership and, intangibles. Just what have you seen from Julian and kind of these core guys that you mentioned in that department, and do you feel confident in that department for next season?
He has the ability. leadership comes with balling, man. It behooves me when you guys think guys could be leaders and they ain't balling. Leaders ball. That's why people follow. You don't follow no one that don't know the direction of how to get there, do you? You find yourself lost. So you got to have ballers that are leaders or don't work. He has a tremendous probability and opportunity to lead. And as each game goes and grows, you're seeing more and more of that. It's hard for a kid, at his age and stage to just jump in with some grown men. Some of these guys have kids. Some of these guys, in their own world. Some of these guys, and he's trying to lead that as a young freshman. That's a lot to ask. But you could give him some guidelines and some intangibles that he need to work on, and he's done that, man. So I'm proud of the youngster. He hasn't folded like a lawn chair. When we was walking off the field at halftime, he's like, Coach, I'm going to figure it out. I got it. I got it. I'm going to get it. So he was knowing that he hadn't performed up to capabilities at that point, but he was just triggered to get it right and to go over the tape and go over the things at halftime and come back out the second half and get it right. So I'm proud of him. I know what he's capable of doing. You've seen it. You've seen glimpses. And when you see a glimpse of something, all you need to add practice, and then you're going to see the consistent version of that.
I want to ask you, Coach, you were mentioning like the roster building process that's coming up here.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that process of going through and trying to find the pieces?
Immensely. I really do. And I'm not making excuses by any means, but I missed a little bit of that. Yeah, I know. So I look forward to it. I really look forward to it, and meeting with those guys, interviewing those guys, to making sure that their countenance, their desire, their want, that fire matches with what we have here, or can enhance what we have here. Because it's like a dating game, man. You got to sit there and make sure. Just because a guy's a dog, that don't mean you bring him in, because a dog can mess up your yard. And you just got to make sure that person is the right guy and they really want this and not want this for a check. And I think every coach is dealing with that, trying to understand who is who. Because one thing that we don't have in life is measurables for the heart. If we could measure that, my God, we wouldn't waste time on some of the things we're wasting time on. Measurables for the heart, especially with relationships.
When you mentioned missing, what are you talking about when you were out this summer?
Yeah, two ways. Missing this and missing identifying that. Yeah, it's two misses. I missed it both ways.
Okay, Coach Leo Rivera with Scope of Sports. Looking at that offensive line group, what have you thought about the coaches, having that trio this year, and do you feel comfortable with the way the young guys are developing?
Man, let me tell you something. Our offensive line performed. Everybody in this room will sit up here and say, whoa, we could have had those guys last year. We would have won the national championship. Am I right or wrong? So those guys have performed. That had not been the problem. There's been a plethora of problems, but that has not been the problem. And I know we're losing several guys that are going to be going, I think 3 starters. But the guys that we have right now that are asserting themselves as backups in playing time, like, a couple of them right now. I'm looking at them in their faces right now. But these guys can play. And they know all they need is a good offseason, a good spring, and they're going to be ready to compete.
And then secondly, you talked about, supporting the other sports on campus. Will we be seeing you at any of the men's or women's basketball games?
I hope so. Yeah, I got to get this team right. That's my focus right now. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I've been waiting to ask you this one for a little while. And based upon what you said to Scotty and to Brian about missing in 2 different ways,
Right.
I think it's a good time. Before the year, dating back to spring ball, you'd said many times that you felt like you had a better team than
Yeah, I
last
did.
year.
Really did.
Where did that deviate? Or is that in those 2, do
The
the misses
thing
factor
about, man,
in?
you have no idea how bad I want to answer that question. But see, if I answer that question, you're going to think I'm placing blame in this on people, and I'm not. But when I tell you guys the truth and I'm transparent with you, you find fault in the things I say. So when I tell you, guys, we make mistakes.
Yeah.
We made mistakes. Forget we. I made mistakes. It makes you guys feel better about that. I made mistakes. Okay? I got to correct those.
I guess I was just wondering because, you tell us like, hey, I see things in practice and stuff. It
Yeah.
just feels like, that was a big deviation there. So
Oh, no. Definitely. But
is what it is. Understood.
no, yeah. If I say what I want to say, you're gonna find fault, and I can't do that because I'm not built like that. That's why I take it. I take it. It all starts with me and ends with me.
Fair enough. I was debating upon whether or not to ask you now or
Never-
after the game.
No, you never debate, man. It is what it is. So always feel free to ask me what you want to ask me. If you get it off your chest, I'm gonna try to get it off mine because sometimes I'm thinking the same thing.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
You know, I did this for like 20 years. Right?
I do. I do. I do.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was, look, I know you hear some of the talk, right? You know, about what happened this year. You've competed in every arena. You really don't have much left to prove personally.
No, that's
I
not
don't
true.
think.
That's not true.
I was wondering, does it fire you up again when people start to maybe
First of all,
doubt creeps
this
in?
this is what I'm called to do, and to take a L. You have no idea how hard that is to a winner. So then you got to placate what is a win. I know you winning. Nobody want to hear you winning academically. Nobody's going to jail. These kids are really good young men, but they don't give a darn about that. They want to win games, and that's what we're here for, to win games. So that's my only thought. That's what I want to do. Like, I didn't want to really go. I wanted to go see my son, but then I don't want to take a L with me. I wanted two W's, over the weekend. And so that had me feeling a little funky because it's almost like you don't like that. I don't like that on me, man. I don't like that. I'm not you could be a loser, a guy who lost games.
Right.
I would rather be a guy who lost games than a loser because I'm not a loser. And that bothers me, man.
And that was what I was asking about is
Yeah.
I know how much you hate to lose. And
True.
so based upon the competitor that you have been, et cetera, I imagine that train is pretty loaded up with coal right now.
Yeah. I can't wait to sit down. I can't wait till this darn portal opens. I can't wait to see, what we're going to come up with by the conclusion of, signing day, whatever it is. I don't give a darn if it's, whatever it is, you're going to add more. You're always going to add or subtract more. That's just it. But I'm not going to go crazy over grabbing something just to appease you guys. That don't make it happen. I mean, you got to think about, those two defensive ends, those young guys, they're going to be pros, man. Those guys are pretty darn good. Those receivers are going to pay dividends as well. Chauncey Gooden is going to be a pretty darn good player. You got Juju is going to do his thing. So you have a core of Yo-Yo is really, he's a redshirt freshman. Same thing, like BDS on the other side of the ball. He's going to do his thing. Like, you got some youngsters that you got to core with. You just got to add, not just youngsters, you got to add experience with youth. You just can't go all youth, you can't go all experience. You got to just blend it a little bit. And that's what we've been trying to do. No problem.
Hey, Coach, Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Just, you mentioned the transfer portal. Obviously, with only one window this offseason, about a month from now, how confident are you going to be that you guys can accomplish everything you need to in that abbreviated window?
Well, you may not accomplish everything you need to because that takes a lot of money. So you may not be able to do that, but you're going to do what you're capable of doing to heal some woes that you have. And a lot of that is up front. A lot of that is on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of that stuff is up front. Linebacker, we got some youngsters coming in the secondary that I can't wait to see. So we know what direction we want to go, and we're going to get there. We just didn't get it right last year. We got it right the year before. We really did.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Monica Costello, Associated Press. I just wanted to ask you, is some of the maturing with Juju having to do with changing his hair?
That's a good one. Yeah, I think he matured immensely for that. He got that thing braided up after that incident happened. But you know what? He's much more talkative. He's much more understanding. He looks for my voice and what I want to say to him after each series or going back on the field after prior to that series. He looks for that because I'm just trying to not to overwhelm him, but to give him some little component that'll help him get to the next level. Same thing in practice. I may blow the whistle and stop in the middle of practice. What down is it? And I want him to know. I don't want him to take for granted it's first or second and 8 because that tells you what we're looking for. We're looking for at least 5 yards on that first down. We're looking for a definitive play that you got to make sure you execute. Okay, you know what defense they're in. You know what play we called. Okay, let's execute. And he's learning that stuff more and more and more, which is good. We just got to do a better job of balancing everything with the run versus pass as well.
Him do it, or did he do that on his own?
In what regards?
His hair.
No, he did that on his own. He had to. Ain't no choice. That's not an option. He had to. He did what was best for himself as well as the team. Yeah. Thank you.
I do want to ask you, was Sunday the first time you'd ever watched Shedeur as a fan?
I think I just posted that. You saw that?
I didn't see it.
I think I just posted that to, didn't I?
It's on your brand.
Yeah. That I'm thankful for just being allowed to sit up in a box with the opposing, the owner of the opposing team allow the dad of the quarterback on the opposing team to sit in his box. Like, how many times did that happen? Like, that is unbelievable, man. So I'm so thankful and appreciative for that opportunity and that moment. That's the first time I've ever watched him play without me on the sideline. I've never seen him play without me coaching him. So that was strange, but it was good and it was healthy because I was just in straight dad mode. I wasn't in coach mode, and I loved that I was able to see him gain the first victory.
Were you a nervous wreck at all?
No.
Because you couldn't do anything about it?
No. Thank you, Lord. You know I was going with that. Thank you, Lord.
Any other questions?
No, I was happy. No, I got a couple more things. Let me give you guys this right now. I've made a decision that Juju is going to redshirt. That's my decision. I want what's best for the kid, what's best for his family, what's best for this wonderful university that has given me the tremendous opportunity and given him an opportunity. I think for the program, it's best for everyone, but mainly it's great for him. So I'm not going to say he was happy because he's a competitor. He wants to compete. He wants to play. His father, they cut from the same cloth. We had that conversation as well. Not that he forced it, that I know him, so we had that conversation. So Caden Salter would start this week. Stop would be the backup, therefore, unless something crazy happens, an injury or whatever, in practice. But that's where we're going. So it's not like he came to me saying, "Coach, this is not." He's not built like that. That kid wants to play. He wants to compete, and I love him for it. He really does. So that's on me. Questions?
Coach, I guess last one going into the the holiday this weekend. Is there anything you're specifically thankful for, or a positive message you want to put out there?
I would be thankful for a win, tremendously. But this has been a tumultuous season in every realm possible. The Sanders family has been tried and tested in every way imaginable. Each and every kid, my mother, my family, me, but guess what? We're still here. And we would never give up. We're going to keep on fighting. We're going to keep on loving. We're going to keep on being a blessing. We're going to keep on smiling and styling. We're going to keep on being who we're called to be. I love life, and I try my best to live the life I love and love the life I live, but I try my best always to be a blessing to someone else. And that what has got us through. I was thankful and saw that Shedeur, even after the victory, said some wonderful things about his relationship with the Lord. You got to understand how that makes a father feel, man. Like that, All those nights when they're asleep and you praying over them, and you just don't know if they're going to get it or not. And when you see them regurgitate some of the things and regurgitate the stories of childhood, and even some of these young men, I'm glad I said that. We lost, but we won. What do you mean, Coach Pratt? I'm glad you asked. Who was the best receiver on the past team we just played? Jordan Tyson. Didn't Jordan Tyson play here? And he left because of several different things. Jordan Tyson found his way into my dressing room downstairs at the conclusion of the game. Jordan Tyson came in there to say, Coach, I apologize. I said, young man, let me tell you something, man. I love you. I appreciate you. I pray to God that you're a top 10 pick, top 5 pick, because you got it. You don't have to apologize to me. You're young, man. I was young. I was making some of the same mistakes when I was a short of your age. I'm just thankful that you got on the right course. He's trying his best to walk with the Lord. I mean, Hines Ward is his coach, and that's my boy. So I understand this, and Jordan told me some things personally. But isn't this what it's all about? That moment. Even though we're getting our butts kicked, I'm sitting up there going through the game in my head, and he walks in, full of uniform, and says that. You got to understand, man, that cleans up a lot of the mess that's going on, that's transpiring right now. But he got it. I just pray that the multitude in our locker room gets it, because he got it before it was too late. And that moment right there, that's all us coaches coach for, that moment. So I'm praying for him. I'm wishing him the best. And I know he's going to do what he does because he's a freak of an athlete. And I'm just proud of that moment. Not for me, for him. I'm proud of that moment. God bless.
Thanks, Coach.